So, Monday morning is upon us. It is Monday, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. We're kind of getting into that time of the year when the days kind of seem to roll into one and we just call it Christmas. So, I'm going to say I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, but we've got some serious stuff to talk to. But before we do, people have been saying, how's Milo? Where's my... Fuck all you Milo fans. There he is. There is Rodent Animal. Hey, Rodent. Hello. Hello. Say hello to your adoring fans. Look, if I wave this, can you look? Up here? Down here? Across here? Do you want it? Do you want it? There you go. And he's got it. He's awake. He's actually awake. Had to bribe him to keep him awake. But as standard, all his toys around him. And the cat is currently trying to get to him. So we're on a clock. Let's crack on. So yes, I do apologise. I did about 3 videos and I set up Milo Cam, but forgot to do it. I got into the video and forgot to click the camera across. I'm not a professional, just an amateur. Professional wouldn't have made that mistake. But anyway, let's crack on. Because what are we? 1 minute into the video and I'm still talking shit. I do apologise. I waste people's time. We're here to talk about meat and taters. And we do actually have some really serious stuff to talk about, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail of the video. But first of all, I'm going to put some context into this, why I have come firmly to this conclusion. What I will have to do, first of all, is this legal disclaimer. And that is, this video is purely my opinion, my speculation, based on the information that is available out there in the public eye. Nobody we talk about is guilty of anything whatsoever until proven guilty in a court of law. But that being said, we are all entitled to an opinion, and we will see what we see, hear what we hear, and no doubt draw a conclusion, especially when we have personal situations that have happened in our lives that exacerbates the feelings that we have when we see things like this. And many years ago, not that many, I'm not that old, I'm 21 and a few years of experience, but I was at school and a friend was brutally murdered by her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, should I say, which was Sean Thrower. And Amanda was just 17 years old when she was stabbed to death in a local Woolworths store. This was an horrendous attack, and this was pure jealousy. This was flat out, if I can't have you, no one else is going to have you. You are not carrying on your life without me at the forefront of it. And you've made it clear that your life is going to continue without me, and the only thing that I can do to exert my authority on that is to extinguish your life. And that is what Sean did. And it was horrendous. The attack was horrendous. A little bit different in the sense that he went into her work and did it in her work in the afternoon, or sort of like, the latter part of the day. But the detail, I got to hear some of the details. And look, you can go and search Amanda Wag, Sean Thrower, and go and have a look yourself. Like I say, this was someone who was a friend of mine. It was one of my first experiences of true grief. It was something that I carried for a long time. And, when you hear of things like this in the IDAHO case, and you see the things you see and you hear the things you hear, it is reminiscent of this attack. And even though this was the setting was different, the murder itself, the way in which it was done, I think it points hugely. And I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying that, this is 100%, but I have to, my mind processes it differently because I've seen someone who did this in this rage, in this, and that's the feeling I get. So when everything is said and done, when everything is considered, my conclusion is that I feel that the ex is the number one suspect here. I feel that Kaylee's ex had he had decided that she wasn't going to continue her life being happy and being romantically involved elsewhere without his authority on that. And I believe that, and again, this is just speculation. And I could be completely wrong. This is just based on what I see, what I've heard, everything. That's the conclusion that my mind potentially wrongfully concludes. And that is that, to me, the crime seems utter personal. This is personal. This is emotional. This was driven by an intense anger and frustration, and to hurt, to punish, to go all out and extinguish a life. And nothing else to me makes sense, because I think to myself, what are the alternatives here? What the alternatives is that some person drove from afar. They drove from afar and they entered this property in a student sort of biased place. There's 25,000 people, 11,000 of them are students. So that you are entering a place that there could be 20 people. There could be 10, there could be 15, there could be 20 people in this house. You are entering a lion's den, potentially. And you've got in the first place. So I just can't, for the life of me, feel that this is something completely unconnected. It's someone who doesn't know anything about the property, anything about the people inside that property. I don't get that feeling. To me, this is someone who knew these girls and Ethan. They knew them. They knew them. They were familiar with them. They were familiar with the property. And when you look at it like that, you're left with only numerous options. We now know that it would seem that the Adam that is spoken about is a friend. He is someone who knows Jack, and he knew where the girls were. It was as if he could have been following them and relaying information to Jack. And again, speculation, complete speculation. I could be completely wrong, but like I say, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the stuff that can happen. I've seen how much this anger, this frustration, this control, this narcissistic, abusive, controlling state of mind, what it can do. And it can have catastrophic effects. It can completely consume and overwhelm people. My only sort of thoughts now is, could this have been done on his own? Is this something that, even in the rage and the anger, could he have done it alone? We've heard multiple people say this isn't an easy feat. This to take someone's life in this manner, and then take someone else's life, and then go down and then get into another altercation and have to overcome that and do it again, and then go to another. This is something that, even hardened military people, this is the kind of thing that would give them PTSD for the rest of their lives, to witness or be involved in this sort of brutality. Some people never come back from that. So this is about how they coped during, how they coped after, and, is it when the burden is shared, the burden is halved? I don't know at this stage. I think there's enough to at least make us consider that there was not just one person involved, but time will tell on that. And I think, having looked at everything, I think law enforcement knows. I think they know more, and this is now about quietly in the background getting their ducks in a line. I think that. I do genuinely think that at this stage. And look, things can change, and my thoughts have definitely changed, but in the background, when I've been doing videos, I've took a long, hard look at every single thing, and I thank a lot of you for the stuff that you send me, because I do go through it all and I do look at everything. Some of it I find is a little bit to take our eye off the ball and perhaps makes it a little bit overly convoluted. But at the heart of this, I don't think it's as complex as we have been led to believe. Again, my speculation only is that this was indeed a crime of passion. This was simply, if I can't have you, no one will have you. So we have one last look and see how he is. What in the mother... Where is he? Ah! Hello? Oh, look. He is... He's there. No, he's there. I'm trying to get him in the frame. There he is. Hello? What are you doing? What are you doing, animal? What are you doing? Hello? 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 Well, that's him. That's him. This is me. Let me know down below what you think. And let's hope this gets sorted out real soon and that these poor victims get some justice. I'll catch you all in the next one.